Live your best life, love with all your heart, and grow with every day. Season 3 of Sheila Lives Out Loud kicks off now. Our guest is a Kenyan-born international jewellery and accessories designer. His works of art grace homes across the globe. His pieces are not only just fashionable and magical, they're mechanical and timeless too. Let's live out loud with Niku Channa next. Hello and welcome to Sheila Lives Out Loud. I'm so glad you're on this channel. I hope you've clicked subscribe. If you haven't, please do so. Remember to hit notifications and also share this video because what you're about to see is simply worth sharing. Believe me. We are at the lovely Westwood Hotel, all set to live out loud with Niku Channa, a man who makes living jewelry. I mean, look at this neck piece. It's alive. Niku, look at this. Isn't it alive?
It is.
Aren't we just, having a conversation and relation? When people post online and say they're in a relationship, this is what a relationship looks like. I've got a relationship with all your pieces of jewelry.
Accessories.
Yes, the man himself is here. It's so good to see you and to have you make time for us.
Thank you.
So let's get to the beginning. Where did all of this begin?
It all started from one bead, one aluminium bead.
Right.
And once I made that aluminium bead, it grew further to like 40 designs. As a bead supplier for Made Kenya, who supplies to Europe. So design everything here and all the jewelry is sold in Europe. And slowly, that took like 2 years. Every time I'd go with the bead, the director will tell me just put it aside, we'll think about how to work with it. Mm-hmm. And there's a time I made a triangular shape of a bead. And the director is like, why don't you just come in and make your own collection? We'll help you out. We have the entire workshop. Just design something and put it together. So I used to take off on work and do that on Saturdays.
Okay.
So I made a small collection that was showcased at the London Fashion Week 2009, which I wasn't aware of. I was just called the night before and they're like, can we showcase your stuff? It's like, go ahead. And then from there got clients like John Lewis, ASOS, and I couldn't step back.
It was just one after another.
Yeah, so
and
all
it's
just
big brand names.
Yeah.
The ones we see in the magazines that are important.
Yes, they're the ones who started with my work.
Oh, wow. In hearing you talk about how it all began, there's something you've put on the table that I've got to go back to, that you would take time off work. So you had something else you were doing before the beadwork began.
Yes.
It was like the beadwork was a hobby, something that made you happy.
It didn't even come as a hobby. It just came like, are you able to do this? Mm-hmm. My background is engineering. So I was running the family business with my brother and my dad. And part-time, I was doing my courses for interior designing. And then came the jewelry.
Right.
So all that was washed away and this came in.
Now, in looking at what I'm wearing, this particular piece, I can't help but see the mechanical engineer at work and at play. And in many of your pieces, there's a lot of, here is this mechanical engineer at work, but then here is the artist at work, and here is the person who's got the aesthetics in mind at work as well. Okay. It's not just one person who's working when I see a Niku piece of art.
It's all together, it's a whole team.
I'm saying everything that you've learned. Yeah. But in knowing that you were supposed to be creating these wonderful things as a mechanical engineer and veering away and telling your dad and your brother, cheers, I think I'm going to follow this through. How did that go?
Okay, they weren't pleased with it, to be honest, because they thought that, he's trying out something which, everyone thinks it's not a man's job to make accessories. But I told them, let me give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, I'm back in the business. If it works out, why not? Yeah. We can all diverse and, go in different ways. You don't have to just be in one area. I'm like, fine, give it a shot.
All right. Yeah. So giving it a shot was they were going to give you 2 years or 1 year, 3 months.
I think they would, every time I'd make something, they'd just wait. Okay, it's coming back. It's coming back.
But then now you started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. Tell us about some of your clients over the years. And you don't have to mention my name because I think I'm in a relationship with you. It's just that you don't know it yet. I have way too many of your pieces. But let's talk about some of the clients that you've had the pleasure of adorning.
One surprise was the creative director for True Detective.
Right.
I think it's a series. I'm not sure about it. Her name is Alexa, and one of my suppliers from London called me and like, we have someone who needs this piece. We'll send you a photo, but don't share it. I didn't know who she was. They didn't give me the name or anything. So this lady went to get an award for True Detective.
Yeah.
And she was wearing one of my pieces.
Wow.
So from there, that was a surprise for me that, she actually wore that to go and receive the award. And we have like the Rogo family.
Right.
Rogo Manduli.
I don't see you ever creating quiet pieces. Whether they're very simple or they're very complex, you can tell a Niku piece from a mile away.
True.
So what inspires these designs? For instance, let's start with this one. What inspired this?
I wouldn't say anything inspired, because when I sit and make my jewelry, I put my beads and chain and everything in front of me and I start making. Whatever comes up, comes up.
Okay. And then you
Some
look at the piece at
pieces
the
are
end.
like made by mistake, and they're the best pieces. I just continue with the mistake. I'm like, let it go on.
Keep it going and see where it takes you.
Wherever it reaches.
Can I tell you what I think of this particular piece? I call it the spider web. I feel like it takes a queen bee, like a little black widow spider right in the middle, and then you've got your armor and your web is right here. So anytime someone touches something, you're like, I see you, I see you. I mean, your work is fun, it's playful, it's beautiful, and it's timeless as well.
Thank you.
But I want to go back to creating and putting all these things together. Did you go to a school? Did you have somebody in the craft teach you? Or is it all self-taught?
Self-taught. As I said, it started from made. So when I was putting my beads together, I was just shown how to, drill them and put them together, and that's it.
And then after that, the creativity
And then it
took
just
over.
all came in together.
Okay. Tell us a little bit more about the future for you, because when I think about where we are as a nation, it's no longer about finding employment. It's creating opportunities for others to blossom. And I know this isn't just something you do alone. So tell us about your input in providing for others as well.
I have 2 people working with me. One who I've taught how to make chain and everything. I have a lady who does all my bead work. So recently I've started incorporating like the Shanga beadwork into my work.
Right.
To support the Kenyan market, because right now it's all about me. I make my own beads, make my jewelry out of my beads. And I want to support others and try and give it more of a Kenyan touch, but still Nikufied.
In knowing that there's someone who's probably watching this episode and thinking, Mama, that's what I want to do. Dad, please, see, this is my future. What would you like to say to someone who is doing something, yes, is getting a skill somewhere, but their heart lies elsewhere? What would you say to them?
I'll tell them, follow your heart and your passion, whatever it is. Don't give up. Because you will have obstacles in your way. But if you have your mindset that this is what I want to do, you will do it.
Okay. Yeah. And nothing worth having is ever given to you just like this.
Yeah, you have to
sweat for
struggle for it.
Excellent. Thinking about the Kenya Fashion Awards, it's that time of year.
Yes.
And I first got to see your designs. I think it was in the very first ever Kenya Fashion Awards when you showcased, and everybody just sat there going,
I remember those expressions.
Yeah, no. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel good, because when I look at my pieces like worn on you, I'll be like, wow, I'm the one who made that. Because when I'm making it, it's all on the table, on the dummy. When you see it on someone, you have to look at it twice or thrice.
Because it takes on that person's personality.
Yeah, it takes on the personality.
And it's interesting. It becomes something else.
There's a client I had, and she met me after, I think, 2 years. And she was wearing one of my pieces.
Yeah.
So I kept looking at it, and I complimented her. I'm like, that's a very nice piece you have.
Right.
She looked at me and she said, Niku, you're the one who made it.
Suddenly it looked
something
different.
so simple that I even forgot about it.
So talking about simple pieces, as we're talking about accessories, a lot of people think, okay, then he just designs for women. But it's not just women who can wear your pieces.
True.
I'm looking at you wearing one of your pieces, and I'm thinking, I want that.
That's trying to make a tie. To replace a tie with aluminium.
Interpretation of a tie.
Yes, in my work. That you can wear with a shirt,
Yeah.
with a casual T-shirt. You just need to know how to carry it.
Yes, bring
all.
yourself to the outfit.
Yeah.
I love it. But again, going back to the Kenya Fashion Awards, you showcased in the very first one. The next one is coming up, and you are one of this year's nominees
Yes.
for Accessories and Jewelry Designer of the Year. How did you feel when you got to hear about the nominations?
I felt good. And to top it up, my name was number one. Usually I thought they'd put it alphabetically and everything.
Right.
So I felt good.
The future for you, what would you like to see happen? Not just in fashion for Kenya, but in design, in jewelry, in creating accessories like these. What would you like to see?
People should appreciate handmade stuff, handmade accessories, clothing, whatever it is.
Right.
Because we have a lot of ready-made things coming from, other places of the world.
Yeah.
And some people do try and copy them into plastic. People should appreciate handmade stuff.
Handmade stuff makes me think of, what you would pass on from one generation to another.
Exactly.
And handmade has a better chance of being transferred and lasting through the ages than something that's store-bought.
Imagine how you'd feel
plastic.
about your ready-made pieces that you've just bought off a shelf
Yeah.
and what you're wearing.
Well, for starters, I don't want to see anybody wearing this other than myself. So do you make custom-made, or do you make a certain number of pieces?
No, most of my
In a
pieces,
collection.
if I get a client who wants a certain design, I do customize it.
Yeah.
But what you're wearing is one of a kind. I
One
don't
of a
repeat
kind.
my pieces again.
So you can go to church and not worry that you look like a member of a choir.
You just go with eyes closed. So all designs are one of a kind, apart from, I would say, bracelets and earrings and everyday wear pieces that I would repeat. But if you are wearing that piece and you tell me, okay, can you replicate the same for my sister?
Yeah.
With your permission, yes. Otherwise, no.
Okay. For anybody who'd like to find you, where can they start looking?
They can
Other
find
than
me
the obvious,
online.
on me.
They can find me online,
Right.
Facebook, Instagram.
We are going to post his contacts on our social media sites. Niku, it was such a pleasure to sit and talk with you.
Thank you.
I
Same
can
here.
talk with you until the sun comes down, but I'm just hoping it still stays there. Do not move. Stay where you are.
Yeah.
But thank you for being here, and we wish you the very best, of course, at this year's Kenya Fashion Awards.
Thank you so much.
And I guess everybody should vote.
Definitely. They should.
The door remains open. If you've ever got new pieces you want to showcase or you want someone to wear forever.
I know where to go.
Yes, thank you for helping me out there. But thank you again. We wish you the very best at
Thank you
this
so
year's
much.
Kenya Fashion Awards. Remember to vote for him. Simply log on to www.kenyafashionawards.co.ke. You're not only going to just find Niku there, there's a host of other emerging designers, models, photographers, makeup artists, the works. So cast your vote for your favorites and we'll see who makes it to the top. Yeah?
Definitely.
Yeah, we'd better see you at the top there. But we've been living out loud at Westwood Hotel in Nairobi. Thank you for catching up with us on this episode. Remember to subscribe to this channel, click notifications and share. If you like this story and you think a friend needs to see it, then share. Pass it on. This is a code worth having. All right, we sign out here. Remember to live out loud in all things that you do. See you in the next episode.